Hey, welcome to another client spotlight interview. I am so stoked today because I'm interviewing the beautiful Aria, who I've had the pleasure to work with in UCB and in UCM as a one-on-one client as well. We did that VIP UCM experience together. And I'm just so happy that you're here, Aria, because we are going to talk so much about your transformation inside of UCM and getting to work one-on-one with me. And I'm just excited to share with the world how you've transformed. So before we get started, Aria, will you just introduce yourself?
Of course, my name is obviously Aria, and I am a queer mindset and manifestation coach.
Yes, you have carved out such an epic niche. And if you're watching this, you better watch out because Aria has like big things coming, which I'm sure we'll talk about in this interview. In case you're watching, you're like, what? I have my mastermind UCM, and then I also offered for that current round if you wanted to do VIP one-on-one at the same time. So Aria, you got the best of both worlds here. So I would love if you could just start by sharing with everyone where you were before UCM. So you did UCB, you graduated. What were kind of the things coming up for you in your coaching business that led you to take this next leap?
So after UCB ended, I had so much knowledge and I was so excited, but I still lacked a little bit of confidence in showing up online. And I felt like I didn't really know the specifics of how to launch successfully and how to create a launch plan. I was still unsure of how to price myself. And there were just some little things internally that needed to shift before I felt like I could put myself out there like that. So I knew that I needed to join UCM so that I could get all the juicy details and have that extra support during this process because I definitely needed it.
Yeah, I love this element of like you took this initial leap of UCB and you did transform so much. And then after graduating, you're like, but I still want more. And you had already done so many like shifts that I felt like it was like a no-brainer for you to do UCM and the one-on-one option, right?
Absolutely. I knew I wanted to do both of them before UCB even ended. I was like, yes, I want more of that.
Yeah, I remember you reaching out to me and being like, yes, I'm in. And I was like, let's do it, because it was just that like soulmate calling and knowing that you were like in this, you were committed to this path. I would love if you could just share a little bit, like what was it like then being inside of UCM and working with me one-on-one?
It was so incredible. I knew I wanted to join UCM pretty much as soon as I joined UCB. And I honestly didn't even know that you did one-on-ones, but the second that you talked about it in UCB, my soul just popped out and was like, this is what you need. And I think what really drew me to it was the fact that you did hot seat style coaching in UCB a couple of times, and the amount of stuff that I would get done and get clarity on in those like 10-minute containers blew my mind. So I knew that if I could have like an hour of that, I was like, I will be golden. And I absolutely was. Working within those containers was so magical and effortless. And there was always so much growth. And after each session, I was so excited to like work because I was like, yes, I got clarity. I'm going to kill this. I know exactly what I'm doing now. And it was just such a joy and a pleasure to be able to work in such a special way with you.
Oh, Aria, like giving me goosebumps over here. I love hearing like your experience and just like takeaway from it, because it really was such a pleasure getting to show up with you every week, especially just like the way you would show up. Like we would get so much done in our sessions. You just like boom, boom, boom. I love it. And I would also like if you would talk a little bit about like some of the more like witchy energetic things that
Mm,
go on inside UCM. Yeah, share
the
with the
juicy stuff.
people, yeah, that experience, because we get super, super witchy in there.
Oh, we really do. And it was so refreshing because that's just who I am. And I've always been like that. And I loved, loved, loved that not only I got to like grow my business, but I got to use my spiritual witchy stuff to do it. And I mean, we would just get in containers and just channel, like connect to our higher self, and things would just flow from places that, I didn't even know things could flow with. And so effortlessly too, that was the big thing for me. And it just opened so many doors up and blew my heart wide open. And I became so much more comfortable with sharing that side of myself, which is important for how I run my business, because now I get to use those things that I learned about and really, really got to connect to in our container with, I get to share that with my soulmate clients, and I get to pass that on, and we get to create a world that is so much more elevated and connected spiritually, and it is amazing. And it completely made every moment together just so much better because of that.
Aria, and you're like walking away from the experience with like close friends now too, right?
Yes. I still
That's the
talk to some
thing.
of the people. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. Yeah,
Mhm.
like Aria just shared, it's hard to put into words the kind of energetic downloads that happen here, but I feel like you explained it like the best that you can. There's so much power when we come together in community, especially when we're all like holding the same vision. And I love holding space for you ladies inside that container. Just like that once a week call was always like a highlight of my week. And now let's talk about your results and wins, because you have so many. Like, again,
Yes.
getting to see this transformation has just been like, of course, like mind-blowingly of courseness. I should tag that phrase. So will you first share with everyone your biggest intangible results?
Yes, of course. So my biggest intangible results, definitely I would have to start with, like we talked about, the mindset and the energetics of it. Like my mindset shifted so much. I show up for myself. I keep promises to myself, which means I show up for my clients, and I'm just so much more centered, and motivation comes so much more effortlessly to me. And that's been really important, because before I had a hard time sticking to things, but I feel so knowing that this is meant for me and this is what I'm meant to do with my life. It changed how I operated in my business and my life. So not only has my business grown exponentially, but my life has grown exponentially as well. And they are one and the same. So like as I upgrade one, the other absolutely upgrades as well. And we talked about the spiritualness. I am much more connected to my higher self, and my channel is like wide open, especially from where I started. And I have such a lovely community of people that will forever be, a part of my growth. And every time I see them online still, even though we're not in container together, we get to celebrate. I celebrate when they launch, and it's just nice because I feel like when they win, I win. And it's unforgettable because the energy that's created when everybody has the same, mindset and spiritual connections, the vortex that is created is mind blowing. It's almost unexplainable unless you're in it, but it is so powerful.
Aria, I think one of my favorite things too is that you really stepped into that like channeling part of you. I remember like us talking about it like at the beginning of UCM, and then by the end of it, you're like posting these videos or you're channeling these messages. And that was really cool, right? Because I feel like that was like a little bit unexpected for you to like step into that gift, but it was this just like natural result of being in the container and doing the work and connecting to your soul. So That was really freaking cool to get to witness, by the way. And then let's talk about the tangible results. Yeah, will you share with everyone some of your biggest tangible results?
Yes, one of the biggest and most exciting tangible results for me has been shifting my money mindset and focusing on impact to attract abundance versus focusing on just the money part, which has completely shifted how much abundance I've been able to call in. And I actually now feel more comfortable and aligned ticketing myself at a higher price than, playing small, which I honestly never thought was possible, but it for sure is. And because of that, my launch is calculated to make $31,000, and that is more than I used to make in 2+ years. So that is mind blowing. And the more I make, the more I get to impact other people. So it's just an incredible feeling. And I was able to completely shift who I was even marketing to. I know that was a big thing for me because when I started out with a completely different niche. And then in the middle of UCM, I completely pivoted because something else felt more aligned, and it was scary. But because I did it, I am able to call in more people, and I feel so much more aligned and open. And so, I get to connect with more clients now than I was able to before. My messaging is so much more spot on, and people relate to it so much more because I, use the techniques and the mindset work and all the stuff that you teach.
Yeah, huge celebration, Aria. I'm just like so in awe of you, and to really have witnessed all of these wins. Like, you did this for yourself. Like, yes, I held the space, but just getting to like hold that space while you just step into this like natural essence of who you actually are is like why I do what I do. So thank you, sister, for allowing me to witness you in this way. And yeah, you have so much celebration in order. So incredible. Oh, my last question for you is, what would you say to anyone who is on the fence of joining UCM or working one-on-one? What do they need to hear right now if they're watching?
I got 2 words, and they are do it. Stop thinking about it. Just do it, because you could do it yourself, but it would probably take you years. So just jump in, follow your dreams, do the dang thing, because it is worth it. And not even like through the program wise, but after investing in Regina, I attracted so much abundance that has nothing to do with like money I've made in my business, but just outside. I have made that investment back almost 2 times over just from stepping in and aligning with, my dream and following it and knowing that that's what I'm meant to do. So just do it, because not only will your coaching grow exponentially, but your like actual personal life will blow your mind.
Giving me goosebumps here again, make me smile from ear. Yes, just like Aria said, echoing Nike's famous line, just do it. And there's the perfect opportunity to step into that, because UCM is actually currently open for enrollment. So if you are ready to be on your highest path to a 6-figure coaching business, you're ready to sell out your launches, attract a dream client, and step into leadership like never before, please go ahead and click the link in my bio, and you can apply now. Spots are going to fill up fast, so do not wait. Go ahead and you can click that link now. So Aria, before we wrap up, how can people find you if they want to just like tune in and follow you on your journey?
You can find me both on Instagram and TikTok at aria.livinglimitless.
All right, that's it for this client spotlight. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more, just head over to my IGTV or my YouTube, where you can see and hear directly from my clients. All right, I hope you all have a beautiful day. See See you later.